Panel time. Let's bring them in. LNP MP Keith Pitt, former Minister, of course, and former Howard Government Minister himself, Gary Hargrave. Well, gentlemen, welcome. Let's start with this brouhaha of a sorts. We don't know if it really is, but you'll tell us, Keith. Behind the scenes, inside the coalition, the Sydney Morning Herald says you're all bluing amongst each other. David Littleproud, he doesn't want the coalition to dictate where the proposed facilities will be, according to, we love these, anonymous Nationals MPs. God, if I had $1 for every time an anonymous MP said something that's not true, we'd all be rich, wouldn't we? I wouldn't be here on Sky News. What's spin here, Keith? What substance?
Oh, what substance, Peter, is Chris Bowen's doing his pills. That's what I've seen today. Look, the reality is very straightforward. You've been through this before. This is it's a difficult policy. It's one we need to have a conversation with the Australian people. That will take time, and that time's been taken. So yeah, we're committed to nuclear. Peter Dutton said so in his budget reply last year. I expect he'll say it again this year. And you know, the details will come.
Yep. But
of course they get prodded and poked. You know how it is.
Yeah, and I think, you know, people on the left are actually a bit scared this time round, because I think broadly polls are showing the Australian public are up for at least the debate, and this is where Labor's absent. But I tell you what I'm shocked about up your way, if I can, Gary. On Thursday, your mob, the Queensland LNP, they voted in favour for this insane target from Labor, 75% emissions cut by 2035. Now, they're also a bit crazy when they were pro the voice until they saw the result from the people and they wound that back fast. What's going on here?
Well, they have making courageous decisions, Peter, but let's face it, parliamentary parties in the Liberal Party tradition are allowed to make those decisions for themselves. But look, 70-odd% of the grassroots have passed a couple of motions the last couple of conferences of the Liberal National Party in Queensland. One was in favour of nuclear, 70% passed. And the other one was against the idea of emissions targets, 70% pass. So I think that before the voters get a chance to judge on this, the party members are probably going to have a bit to say in a conference that's due in early July. So it'll be an interesting space to watch. I wish them well.
I was your guest speaker at the last conference last year, and they were ropeable about the voice. Now, of course, I said David Christopher's unwound that one. But what's going on here, Keith? You can't back this, surely.
Peter, Queensland people desperately need a change of government. Youth crime, health, all the things around ambulance ramping. We desperately need the LNP to win, and I support them 100%. I want them to win. And I oppose Labor's policies. I oppose Labor's emissions madness. I was up at Gracemere with Cole Boyce on the weekend, and we're seeing shots of entire ridgelines being dynamited, dozers running through pristine wilderness to put up these monstrosities just so Labor feels good. They won't work. Nope. And as Gary has said, it'll be the members that put forward their view. That's why they're in a political party, and I think they'll be very loud about what their position is. But I oppose Labor's emissions plans because they won't work, they'll cost a fortune, and they can't be delivered.
You are a good man, and I'm hoping and praying that the LNP membership, and I talk to them every night here on Sky News, please bang the drum to your state MP like you did last year on The Voice. Let's get some common sense before Christopher becomes a premier and he's locked into this nonsense.